You are now tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to guys, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. You are now tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. Goons to guys, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful.
Holla at us next week, man.
No doubt, man, and definitely shout out to the family, liberationmindedmedia.net. That is Black Eye Stand, Do the Knowledge Radio, The Rundown with Renee, and My Skin is My Sin. Oh, and don't forget to share the show, man. If you check it out today, or if you check it out next week, or if you check it out in 1,000 years, and if you are that motherfucker that digs us up in 1,000 years, you are the most phenomenal individual to ever walk the galaxy for digging up this greatness and still share our shit, man. Shout out to you. Don't forget to check out the websites, embroshell.com, designsbymonet.com, and myskinismysin.net.
Shit! A weed! Oh! No cigar? No! Fuck, bitch! Got blunt? Got weed?
Mr.
My motherfucking sister. Yeah. Oh,
Mr.
my motherfucking sister. Yeah.
Saucy, I'm splashing on him. Eddie B, that's my fucking brother. Fat nigga with a lot of money. You can't touch this MC Hammer. Tools on me like Bob the Builder. Twinkle, little star. Hit the bar with 10K. Ballin' on another level. Goku, Super Saiyan when I come through. Kicking shit like Johnny Cage. Yo bitch ugly, play. My bitch bad like Princess Leia. Name buzzing like a bumblebee. Niggas mad, they don't fuck with me. Sweet baby raised on my fucking feet. Jump in the pussy like Blue's Clues. Run them out like who's who. Where in the world is Waldo? Hit your bitch like a domino. Big black like King Kong. Place hole like a ringtone. Use them up on Bible fall. Kick her out like DW. Or by the bill like Claire Huxtable. Hit your man like a Royal Rumble. You can smell what the rock is cooking. It don't matter, you jabroni. Getting money all by my lonely. Niggas mad, they don't even know me. Got the sauce, I do what the fuck I want.
Oh, yeah.
Big Pippin, Scotty Pippen, 33 bitches, swag dripping, shoes Italian, shirt Egyptian, I'm money mention, did I mention I'm on a mission, moonwalking in the rain, Michael Bivens, Big Pippin, Scotty Pippen, 33 bitches, swag dripping, shoes Italian, shirt Egyptian, I'm money mention, did I mention I'm on a mission, moonwalking in the rain, Michael Bivens, big sexy, hoes love me, kinda big, they wanna rub me, money long, they wanna fuck me, I'm a pimper even if she ugly, diamonds yellow like Bart Simpson, chain ice, I'm bartending, real nigga, you pretending, flossing on them like a fucking detective, going up like an elevator, she gon' ride it like an escalator, black activist, sipping activator, black coupe, name it Dark Vader, white lemonade, shoe, not later, busting up like Casey Slater, big short speakers, hit the knees, take the bands up my fucking sleeve, bitch, some sauce switching to the hoes, teach the hoes how to make the dough, after that, kick it out the door, then sauce always on the road, bless your soul, dripping, pimping, all the nigga knows, yes, I'm shining, this a diamond show, show respect to my diamonds, bro, oh yeah, big sexy, I don't couple cause these hoes is messing, pimping, yeah, my sauce is dripping, don't act this shit, mind your fucking business, I'm on a mission, trying to make the chicken, ripping biscuit, trying to get the cheddar, chain ice like a gold medal, side shot in my fucking bezel, yeah, big Pitby, Scotty Scottie Pippen, 33 bitches, swag dripping, shoes Italian, shirt Egyptian. I'm money mention. Did I mention I'm on a mission? Moonwalking in the rain, Michael Bivins, splash walking through the mall, splash on the drip. 90s baby, I ain't done yet. Pull off in the foreign. Fat nigga watch around me. Bad bitches wanna love me. 100 grand in a duffel. Fuck niggas, I don't trust them. I'm all about bread. Top of hand to my leg. Let it bang, now he dead. Buffs white arms, butterscotch. Pull off on them skirt. All I wanted was a she. So to do what I please. She all of her needs. Yeah. Goddamn.
What's good, fam? This is Jobs, and this is the Water Cooler Live. How y'all doing, man? Happy Friday. I'm feeling good. I woke up. How about you? How's life? Yes. This shit is fucked up. Period. Yes. This shit is fucked up. But if you wake up, it's a hell of a blessing that a lot of people did not get. And on that note, if you have small children and you want to check us out, you need to tell your kids to leave the room. I can't guarantee that this is going to be the super PG show or something that they should actually tune into. You know, them your kids, I'm just telling you. Anyway, let's see. We got anybody checking us out tonight? I don't know, and I'm just waiting on Rome to call up. And hold on, let me go to YouTube and see what we got on YouTube. Sun Ray, what's good, bruh? How y'all doing in Australia, man? You know, is the coronavirus like everything there? Is that all people are talking about? Is that y'all dealing with it like we dealing with it? You know, like it's every day, all day here. And the weirdest shit, man. My cousin called me, and shout out to my cousin Dion. She's fucking dope. But she called me and she's like, do you need some masks? We gonna make some. We'll send you some. And I'm like, yeah, first off. But secondly, I'm like, man, what a weird ass fucking conversation. And we are having conversations about masks and gloves. Like, not at the hospital, at home. Shit is crazy, man. This shit is extremely crazy. Anyway, how's your day, man? How's life? You know, and do us a favor too. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. My Skin Is My Sin. Hit the notification button, or do they even have that shit anymore? I'm not sure. If they do, hit it. And share the show. Yeah, man. This is bro. I'm talking to Sun Ray in the chat room, and he's from down under in Australia. So that's pretty fucking dope that we got somebody actually, and not in the chat room, but on YouTube. That's pretty fucking dope that we got somebody tapped in from Australia, first and foremost. But it's just crazy to know that, like, everywhere on the planet, we're all going through the same shit. That's the crazy part. You know, like we all going through the same fucking shit on a daily basis. How we gonna feed our family? You know, are we working? Some countries is taking care of their people, I must admit. This one is not. Like, this is just anyway. And I try not to get wrapped up in this shit and talk about it every fucking day, but it's almost unavoidable at this point. You do what you can. And that's pretty dope. And we are on Twitter too, so shout out to whoever checks us out live on Twitter. That I always think that's pretty dope. And sometimes I occasionally I forget to say something to the people on Twitter. So just at me and I get that notification if you got a question or you got a topic you want to talk about. And I had like shit that I wanted to talk about, and I forgot. It's as simple as that. So since I got a couple people in here, you know what I'm gonna do, man? I'm going to. Oh no, that was not what I was trying to do right there. Oh, okay. Let me turn this one off. All right, but that's pretty dope. So this right here, not that right there. This right here will be my Facebook page. And every once in a while, I get a little bored. Well, more than once in a while. But you know, you get bored and you go through your timeline and you just want to see what people talking about. This is pretty dope, though, man. Shout out to Self Love. It's my rehab, man. Make sure you check them out Sundays on blogtalkradio.com/my skin is my sin. They got a battle of the sexes coming up this Monday, though. That's going to be pretty dope. So I'm looking forward to that. Queen K and Complex Angel versus DC and Ace Aristotle. That's going to be pretty dope. And I'm sorry to the Queens, y'all going to lose, though. Ignore this conversation. You won't be notified when messages you directly in the conversation. We won't. Oh, that's cold. Like, what's the worst you've been ignored? I'm curious. Like, I was watching Dion Cole on his YouTube channel before I started the show. And one of the questions he had was, well, it was a joke. Have you ever been ignored by somebody you gave head to in the past? I'm curious. Like, is that happening now? I think giving head has become so routine and mundane nowadays. That I don't know. It's like saying hello to some people. You know, it's ridiculous at some point. And let's see, Ron Green got a good question. Fellas, have you ever gone through a woman's phone and found some shit you didn't like? Me personally, I don't go looking for disappointment. I have went through a woman's phone. I haven't done it often, but yes, I have went through a woman's phone. I must admit, I didn't find anything. I did not find disappointment. But yes, I have. Ooh, no, because I don't go through phones. My peeps told me don't go looking for disappointment. You're not looking for disappointment. I would say you're looking for confirmation. Because if you're looking, you're thinking one way or the other, you know. And odds are, you're thinking that person is cheating on you. Like, let's be honest. You typically don't look through somebody's phone because you want to see how many times they compliment you. So you're looking for confirmation of either yes, they are cheating or they aren't, but you're suspicious. So I don't know if it's necessary. This is ridiculous. I don't know if it's necessarily looking for disappointment. U.S. senators back bill to send $3.3 billion to Israel. Why? Explain that one to me. Okay, now this shit right here. This shit has been burning me up over the last couple of days. And I know it's a little delay on the YouTube. But feds classifying all coronavirus patient deaths as COVID-19 deaths regardless of cause. Okay. How can I explain this simply? It sounds fucked up, but if you've ever listened to the show, you know I'm a nurse. Been a nurse for a minute now, years. They kind of been doing this. And not necessarily a coronavirus, classifying it as coronavirus. But let's say you go to the ICU, and when you go to the ICU, there's a doctor that does an assessment, and he gives you a diagnosis. That diagnosis is from my experience, and for about 3 years, I literally handed doctors death certificates so that they could write the cause of death on them. I literally did that. And I would say probably 75 to 80% of the time, the diagnosis that they were given upon entering the ICU is the diagnosis that goes on their death certificate. Had you not acquired that particular diagnosis, you would not be there in the ICU. You'd be back on a regular nursing floor. Something critical happened. So people taking this shit, and it's lay people, and I understand, but they take, like, is it suspect to an extent? I guess you could say that, yeah. But it's a normal thing prior to COVID-19. You'd be surprised how many people have sepsis on their death certificate, or multi-system organ failure, which are pretty bland as, like sepsis is an infection in your bloodstream, but that could be attributed to a lot of different things. But there's a resident that sees you when you come in, when you get rushed into the ICU. There's a resident in a teaching hospital. There's a resident doctor who will come to the floor if they have time to do that. Well, actually, they will. They'll come to the floor. They'll make an assessment when they get to the ICU. They will tell their superior, who would be what you call a fellow. And like, a fellow is basically like, if he really wanted to, he could stop learning and just go be his own doctor. He could be the man somewhere else. He may not be, specialized in something, but he could be like an internal medicine doctor. I believe that's how it works. But then you have the staff doctor, and the staff doctor is like the guy that is the boss of that particular team. And so all the other doctors report to him. So yes, like, a resident will make an assessment. The fellow will say, okay, yeah, that's a good assessment, blase splee. And generally it'll stop there until there's, a serious problem. But yeah, like, this is not abnormal. I know we need to be mad. We got a lot of shit to be mad at. This one, I don't know. I can only go off of my experience. I have not researched a gazillion hospitals or whatnot, but I worked at a hospital for a decade. And again, for 3 of those years, I literally handed doctors death certificates. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that they did something wrong. What I'm saying is, that's normal. When you go to the hospital, if you go to the emergency room and you got a broken leg, you know what your diagnosis is going to be? A fucking broken leg. Now, odds are they would not diagnose you with cause of death as a broken leg. You know why? Because generally nobody dies from a broken leg. What could happen is you can develop a blood clot. That blood clot would be your cause of death. Even though the broken leg, that's a I won't say anomaly, but a more rare occurrence. An anomaly, yeah. But if you come into the emergency room and you got pain radiating in your left arm, your chest is hurting, they're going to diagnose you with a heart attack. If you die, that'll be what they put as the cause of death. If you come in there and they have no clue, but all your vital signs are out of whack, and you're profusely sweating, let's say you're convulsion. If you're convulsion, you experience convulsions. They may say that you presented, and I don't know why I can't talk today, with a seizure. The cause of death may be a seizure. Like, I know it's extremely simple. It basically what I'm saying is the diagnosis that they give you early on, or when you first get there, or when you first get to a different level of care. That diagnosis is typically associated with your cause of death, whether it's COVID-19, whether it's a heart attack, whether it's a diabetic coma, whatever the case is. More often than not, that's what's going to be on your death certificate. Dime bags of toilet paper. Like, first off, like, I'm sorry, like, what am I gonna do with this shit right here? Like, can you see the cursor? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the best at talking by myself. I used to think that I could talk to for days. This shit is not that fucking easy. It really isn't, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, I thought it would be simple, but to actually be semi-entertaining, to actually even hold a train of thought for longer than 5 minutes sometimes is difficult. What the fuck I look like giving up when tomorrow might be the day I win. Keep going 100. That is the epitome of what I wanted to teach my kids. Don't quit. You know, shit is gonna happen in life, and you don't quit. You deal with whatever shit comes your way, but if you wake up the next day, you try again. Anybody got the quarantine entertainment schedule for this weekend? I think is D Nice gonna be on tonight? He might be on already. Like, D Nice has been like just killing the game. Like, seriously. Shout out to D Nice. Oh, and we really had a really fire conversation yesterday with Kenny Whitehead. Yo, man, go check out. Matter of fact, I think I want to say it's Serious, by the Whitehead Brothers. A really, 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 really fucking dope album. It's old school, it's classic, but man, they got a lot of joints on there, and I was introduced to their some of their older music. But man, we talked about like Cat is known everybody, man. Like Left Eye, Suge Knight, you name it. And so we got a chance to really chop it up for a couple of hours, damn near. I believe we'll probably get him back on the show because there were so many things left on the table in that conversation. But y'all know how sometimes, the conversation, it'll just go left on you. And usually it's my fault. Like, I'm gonna be honest. And so let's see. And for the record, sour cream makes tacos 10 times better. I gotta love that. I agree. Oh shit. 216. Yeah, because you could tell I'm drowning over here, Thomas. And I was about to say fuck it. Most weeks I'll have like a list of shit that I want to talk about, and this week has just been it's been kind of stressful. And here, let's take this shit off right here. And then I'll tell you why it's been kind of stressful. We'll take that off. Where is the water cooler joint right there? All right, we'll put that on for a second. So, been thinking about getting a new job. And initially, I was really scared shitless of the COVID. extreme anxiety, just really just scared to show up to work. I'm praying in my car. I'm not a big prayer, if I'm being honest with y'all. And I don't know. I'm in at some point it kind of changed to more like, okay, we had a couple of scares where I work now. Everybody is good. So that's a beautiful thing. That shit scared the shit out of me, bro.
Hey.
What's good, bro?
Hey, it's Thomas Anderson.
I know, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I was just calling you. I wanted to, get on the show. I've been listening to you this whole time. And, we was talking earlier about, some of the stuff about this COVID-19 and the viruses that people get and how the doctors are handling the situation. And, I'm sure you're aware. Everybody's nervous. Everybody's scared. And, some of these diagnoses be off. Earlier today, I talked to a girl, and she said a week ago her husband went to the doctor, and they thought he had the COVID-19, and they sent him back home.
And my bad. Hold on 1 second. I want to make sure people can hear us too. All right, go ahead.
Oh.
My bad. I just want to make sure. All right, we good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was calling in because I wanted to talk to you about this COVID-19 we were just talking about a minute ago, and earlier today I talked to a friend I've known for a long time. This lady, she told me that a week ago her husband got sick real bad, went to the hospital in California, and they sent him back home. He had COVID-19 symptoms, right? He had a diagnosis that basically looked like it was it, but they was like, you're not bad enough to stay in the hospital. They refused him treatment, sent him back home. She ended up being sick today, and now she can't get her normal medicine because she takes a nebulizer, something close to that, where they said that if we give you a nebulizer, that's going to aerosolize or something the COVID-19 and make it dangerous, so we can't give you your normal medicine no more. And now she's asked out. And this is because of the diagnosis the doctors had given her before, or at least her husband. And I don't know, it's confusing. It's a lot of information. And if you don't know what's going on, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell her. I'm just like, I'm sorry that happened to you, but maybe this is for the best. Maybe it's not. What do you know?
Me personally, I'd recommend she contact another hospital. And actually, if they have a primary care physician, I would reach out to them immediately and have that particular doctor put some pressure on the hospital, because without that nebulizer, it helps clear up her lungs before COVID-19. I don't know. I have no idea how that would affect the COVID-19, to be quite honest.
So,
but
a nebulizer helps you breathe. Okay. No, go ahead.
It helps you breathe better. Like, say you got COPD. You're not taking full breaths. It'll open up. It helps expand your shit. Basically, it helps you. You get the areola, or not the areola. Shit, I said that wrong. That was definitely wrong. I'm trying to think of the alveola. It's like the cells in the lungs. Expands them some. It helps with. It just helps basically. It's kind of like taking a longer version of an inhaler. So
okay.
if she's on a nebulizer, she's got respiratory issues already.
Yes, she does. So when this happens, you go to your doctor and they figure out that you do have this, right? And they tell you can't have your normal medicine no more. Is that normal to happen? Is that just what happens to people? You just SOL?
That I'm not sure, but I do know that there are a host of diseases that say you're taking one medication for 5 years, then you get a completely different diagnosis. Well, that particular disease, the medicines for that one may interact with the ones you were taking before. If that helps any. Like,
It does. I understand that you haven't seen her chart, nothing like that, but, I'm just asking because it really seems odd that, people are going to hospital. They're not getting admitted. They're not able to stay. And then they're saying that you got it, and then there's no help. There's no help, no treatment, no nothing that can help you, and you just kind of have to cross your fingers and hope you don't die in your sleep tonight. You know, something like that.
I mean, she's not in a big city, is she?
Yeah, in Los Angeles.
Wow, and they did that in L.A.?
Yeah, L.A. right now is turning everybody away. They're just saying, unless you're dying, you don't get a bed. You're just stuck. So
Then they must be at capacity.
I guess so.
You've been to the club, bro. When it's 1,000 people in a club that's meant for 500 people, you ain't getting in.
Right.
You know, and it's unfortunate that people's lives are affected by this now. But it's only so much, like, y'all don't know how shitty healthcare workers are getting treated by superiors now. Which is,
I heard that.
Yes, it's getting bad, bro.
I heard that yesterday. A whole nursing home situation. None of the workers came into work because, like, most of the patients came down with the COVID-19. They were like, "We don't have no protection. Y'all don't pay us enough. We're not going to die for this." And I'm thinking that they might possibly lose their licenses for not coming into work.
No,
I don't know, but I feel like people are stuck. I don't know how it works.
It don't work that way, at least not in my state. And for the record, like, I don't have any complaints, you know, that I about my bosses per se, but I'm in a bunch of nursing groups and I see the pain that's out there. But for a nurse to be charged with abandonment, and that's what you're speaking to, they have to actually show up on the premises and they have to accept the keys to the medication cart from the previous nurse. Once you do that, like, say they do that and then they walk off, then yes, they could lose their license. But calling off from work is calling off from work.
But you don't get fired for that. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Because it sounds tragic. It seems like these people, I mean, I'm not sure if you got all the protective gear you're supposed to get, but they're telling me that they're getting nothing. They're making homemade bandages and I'm not bandages, face masks, and, you know, they're trying to deal with what they got, and they're re-rinsing and re-washing the things that they were issued before, and they are not protected. They don't feel protected. I got another homeboy. He works at the airport. And he's like, everybody down there is getting sick, and ain't nobody safe. Things ain't clean right now, and it's just spreading more and more of the virus. And it just seems like there's, like, no planning for any of this. There's, like, no backup plan, no planning structure, no structure and plan right now. So it's just, things are just getting worse and not getting better. So I don't even know how to feel about it. It's just like, this can't be the right way for things to work. This can't be how it's supposed to happen. And there's got to be, you know, a dawn tomorrow morning to where, you know, they're working on a vaccine. They're going to get some medications out to people, and they're going to help people get better and all that. But right now, it seems like shit is every man for himself. I don't blame these people for not going to work.
I don't either. You know, like, and I see it from both sides, because there's a huge chunk of me that actually wants to go and work with some COVID-19 patients. It may be arrogance. It may be experience. I don't know. It may be I just care more than I thought I did. And I want to make more money doing it. There's a little bit of greed, too. You know, but it's a shitload of money that can be made out there now. Like, they're paying some nurses $10,000 a week. That's how bad it is out there, though. The cheapest.
It's your life
cheapest,
on the line.
Well, it is, but you know, they don't care. They're only doing that because they have no choice, and the government is compensating them. You know, but at the same time, you got people that got kids. You got people that are pregnant. I had a coworker who had a heart condition. You know, you have, you know, nurses aren't like superheroes. They got pre-existing conditions too. So then you have to decide, and then we are in a different position. Whereas I'm not even sure if I would get unemployment if I just quit, because before nurses wouldn't get unemployment. You know why? Because you could go a week and get another job easily. So they would deny your shit, generally speaking. Not saying across the board, but it was more difficult. But now, I don't know. Like, there are people getting their doctor to say they can't work because of stress, which is not an unrealistic thing. Like, shit is stressful as hell, bro. I'm telling you. And it's stressful on everybody.
Family, the bills, you got all these problems stacking up, and yet no protection. I mean, I don't see a way out that's easy for somebody in that situation. Luckily, it's not me, but I still feel for the essential workers that are out there trying hard to do their job and also protect people. And, damn, it's just not working.
I mean, and it ain't just nurses. Like, you look at old boy for Amazon. Like, he organized a big-ass walkout, and they fired his ass.
Sure did.
See, the problem was the people that he organized didn't have his back because they could have did the same thing and he'd be working again. You know, there were 7 nurses in Detroit, I want to say, that refused to go on the floor. They wouldn't take the keys. They were sent home by their superiors as opposed to their superiors trying to work out something manageable. How fucked up is that? To make a point, you sent 7 nurses home. Like, think about that shit. That's what management think.
System's not ready for this. It's just not built for this. It's set up to where all the protections are for the top, for the industry, for the business, for the hospitals, for, you know, the people on top, so that they have limited liability and risk involved.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, it's not protecting the people who are actually on the ground, in the field, doing the work, you know, taking care of patients. And it's awful. It's awful in a way that the system should be better than this. It should be better than this, built from the ground up, so that way these essential workers, nurses and doctors and
let me ask you this, bro,
transportation people can actually go to work and be safe.
You are a capitalist through and through, correct?
Somewhat. I mean, I don't love it. I mean, this is what I was born into. I can't choose.
Right, but you've benefited from it, definitely.
Yes, we all kind of do, though.
We all kind of do, but this is the wart of capitalism. Like, I saw a general on TV a couple of months ago, and he wasn't talking about the COVID-19. He was talking about some war. I can't remember which one, but he said that he made a statement about war costs, and he said they immediately expect prices to go up $5 to $10 per whatever it is. And this is the government during a war. Like,
the
these
thing
cats
about
don't
that is
care,
that,
man, but that's the American way.
well, when you look at it, if you expect something to happen, you can profit from it either which way it goes. I mean, you can profit from making masks and creating a vaccine and selling medication at higher rates, or you can profit from it from taking care of the sick people. Wait for people to get sick, and then, you know, charge them at the hospital, charge them for prescription drugs, charge them for everything else. There's a way for capitalists to make it good on either which way it goes. I think right now it's just, I think that if society had a better way to deal with this, we would choose that way. But I'm not necessarily sure that there is a better way that people are prepared to handle right now, because we're not structured to do that. We're not structured to benefit from saving lives. We're structured from benefiting from people dying and getting sick and needing to go out and buy more and spend more to protect themselves. Go buy some gloves, go buy some masks, go out and hoard all the food, get all the toilet paper from Walmart, go down and get all the water you can from Target. And then they get that little bit of money up quick, and then people die. And they say, okay, well, you know what? Those people who died, they were the sickest anyways. So that's going to save us money down the long run, because you know what? They were sick anyways, they were going to die anyways. And if they died right now, well, we can save money, you know, on social services that we're paying back to these people, you know, hospital care and money that we're giving them to keep them alive. So there's a way for them to win either way. And I hope that they make the best choices for everybody.
Yeah, you know, but at some point we may have to realize that there are some socialist aspects that we need to apply to this country, and this shit is highlighting it. They're going to be and it's only going to get worse, bruh. Like, so many people are going to lose their cribs next year. Because they got, they don't have to pay rent or their mortgage now. That shit's still adding up. And let's say this shit goes on till November. Now you got 10 months of rent or mortgage that you hadn't paid that's due in January.
From a capitalist perspective, it's like burning out a field. Right now, I had a crop that's not profitable. It's not making me any money. I burn out the field. I leave the ashes on the ground. I plant something else that's going to make me more money. It's going to create room, new life created from the death. So I know right now people are going to think, my situation today is bad. I'm behind on my bills and I'm stuck. But at the same time, it's not just you, it's everybody. And because of that, when the new dawn comes, it's another day. That's a new opportunity. Because right now, if I'm not talking about black people, but I'm thinking about black people all the time. If black people were to take advantage of the situation and be a little capitalistic about it, this is a time where, you know what, you got 10 hours extra you didn't have before. You're not working your normal job. You can go out, start your own business, start your own company, and do things to where you are no longer at the bottom.
Thomas, I hate to cut you off, but I'm trying to add Rome to the call. So I'm gonna see if I can call him. Give me 1 second. Yo, was that you, bro?
Yeah.
All right, and I'm trying to see if I can add Thomas. Oh, that's how you do it right there. What's good, fellas? Y'all good? Thomas?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought I added that. I thought I added him to the call. I kind of figured out a little bit how to figure out who's actually. Yeah, it's saying that he's on the call. That's crazy. What's going on with you, bro? And my bad, Thomas. I'm trying to add you back, man.
Oh, I think you're going to have to call me back on what you were just doing.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, apparently, somehow, I not only hung up on Thomas. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow I hung up on Thomas, and I do apologize for that, bruh. Because he was dropping some gems, too. Let me, Yeah, we was talking about just the shit. Can't avoid it. The corona shit. And the healthcare workers and just capitalism.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's, I don't know, like capitalism, just certain aspects of capitalism just make you look like a complete asshole, like right now in life.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I was pretty much. I was telling him it's like this is the ugly part of capitalism, and we've ignored it as a community for so long because we don't care about the next person.
Yeah, bro. I seen they're building mass graves for people in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
man.
that. That's and I guess you get like 3 days to claim the body, or that's where they will bury it. Like, wow, bruh. Like that's some famine or war type shit.
Absolutely.
And people, I think that some people feel as though they're safe. wherever they live at, you know, that may not have the numbers at this point. But it's basically, if you look at the areas it's hitting, first off, it's all the major cities. But secondly, no, that was you. But secondly, it's almost like it's attacking from the outside in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it hit the top of the country with Washington, hit L.A., hit Chicago, Detroit, New York, I believe Houston, New Orleans, and when it hits, like when it's done with us and hits Middle America, if they don't stop that shit before then, it's gonna wipe out Middle America.
Yeah.
They don't have the money. They don't have the hospitals. You know, they don't. You know, you think New York isn't prepared for this shit? Wait till it's Duluth, Minnesota, or not even that. Somewhere in Idaho, Boise. You know, which is like a major city in Idaho.
Right.
You know, but when it gets and when it gets to them little bitty ass poor white towns in West Virginia or Alabama or Arkansas, boy, you know, like, oh boy. And they're going to, like, we catching hell now because of a multitude of factors. Some of those same economic factors, like, they broke too. They ain't got health care in some of these little ass towns in West Virginia. Look like, I mean, I've driven through the shit, bro. Looks like shit ain't changed in 100 years. And I don't mean the mindset. I mean the buildings. Shit looks horrible. Fucking third world shit. They don't show you that, but I've seen it. When them motherfuckers start dying, it's really gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's crazy.
And I ain't saying that to wish no ill on nobody. I'm damn sure not doing that. But it is what it is. You know, so. And I got banned on fucking Facebook again, bro, for absolutely nothing. Like, I just woke up to being banned. Like, how the fuck y'all, like, how do I get banned while I'm asleep? I feel like Ice Cube. I fired on my damn day off.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Right.
No, what was you about to say, bro?
Oh yeah, they just got it out for you. I don't know what it is, bro.
Yeah, man, I've never heard of that before. Like, and I rarely, like, I just usually just take the L and keep it moving. But I responded to that shit this time. Like, bruh, like, this makes no sense. I didn't do shit wrong.
It's artificial intelligence doing that, though.
Okay, like, bruh, it's not like I'm over here plotting shit. Like, I'm just a regular cat doing not much of nothing. To be honest. Like, there's a lot of people I could, you know, you'd be like, yeah, that mother, you know, I rock with them, but you could understand why, you know, they would be watching that particular individual. I ain't doing shit. Like to keep it a stack, man. Like,
this nigga's too positive.
Apparently, man. You know, like he's, you know, he's gonna take over the world and shit with just one more stat, one more post. Like, no, bro, I'm not. Most of the shit I post is just benign shit that pops into my head that has absolutely no relevance to anyone.
Yeah, it's trigger words. They use AI, they use artificial intelligence for that shit.
Well, they need to get their shit fixed then. because somebody has obviously tampered with the Matrix and fucked it up. And what I was doing, and you're not watching the whatchamacallit, are you?
Nah.
All right, yeah. What I was doing, I was going through. You know, sometimes I go through my timeline when I'm talking to myself, and Ron Green had a good question. Have you ever went through somebody's phone and did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah, going through the phone is a no-no. Unless, like, y'all have that conversation, but, like, just random.
That's not. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm asking, have you done it?
Yes.
And were you right? Did you feel justified in doing it after you did?
No.
Felt stupid?
Yeah. I felt.
You felt
Yeah,
less than Rome for doing it?
absolutely.
I can understand that. I have done that too, and this shit made me feel dirty. You know, I'm like,
Yeah,
damn,
too much.
what happened? This letter from my job, this letter my job gave me ain't gonna mean shit when they ask for my licenses. That's funny, man. Oh, and shout out to Jay Dizzle, man. Like I don't even be knowing it, and Jay Dizzle be the share of the show like 50 times, man. That's my guy, man. Y'all stay strong out there in Washington too, bro.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
Y'all, yesterday I found out steak is beef, and I'm so embarrassed to say what animal I thought steak was all this time.
Hold up. Who's that?
This is all I do is win. All ADU is win on Twitter. I can't believe that. And then she goes on to say she thought it was a horse. There can't possibly be a human being that dumb. I refuse to believe that mankind would produce something that clueless.
I don't know, bro. That's the
Yo.
first. I haven't heard anything that dumb in a long time.
Yeah, that may take the cake. It must really suck being a Jehovah's Witness right now. The one time you know everyone's home, but you can't go out.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was pretty funny right there. And then the picture they got, an old boy just looked defeated.
Yeah.
Whoa. The KKK couldn't have created a better virus to kill black people. Van Jones. That don't sound like some shit Van Jones would say.
I actually don't know.
I've watched quite a few things of Van Jones. Like he used to be one of the CNN mainstays. They'll probably have him back now that old boy got himself hemmed up at the hotel with the dude and all the weird shit going on.
Yo, he definitely took an L on that too. Like,
Your man's got set up though, man. I don't see how anybody could think otherwise, to be honest.
I don't know, bro. Like cocaine, a male escort in the hotel room is like it's what it looked like.
Bruh. This is a man that ran for the governor that they was talking about, a future presidential candidate. You're not going to make that many dumbass mistakes at one time. And allow yourself to be photographed. Like that, like do he probably have some alternative life? He probably does. But your man is not about to go out somewhere publicly and get hammered and go to a hotel with a dude publicly.
I don't know, man.
You know, man. It
look like it to me.
Man, that just seems like too easy of a setup. You know.
Look, what they tell nigga Chauncey on Menace to Society? Like, if that's you on TV, you getting your ass whooped. Like,
right, but this nigga's in the hood, man. Like
Yeah,
dude was, you know, on top of his game as far as politically speaking.
and that nigga was on top of another nigga with cocaine.
Yeah, bro. That pause. That was uncomfortable, but I watched my homegirl post all this heartfelt shit about her boyfriend, and she been fucking her ex since the day they started dating. Women really do more savage than niggas, and he'll never think it because she goes so hard about him. Wow. That's fucked up. That's fucked up though.
I've seen that.
I have too, to be quite honest. Still fucked up though. Oh. Niggas done got their stimulus checks, bro. Niggas is about to lose their mind, bro. This is the absolute wrong time to give niggas $1,200. If they feel like, I won't say everybody, because it's adults out here that realize we need to hold on to that $1,200 as long as we possibly can. But I have a suspicion that a lot of our younger folks is just, and it's going, if it's warm this weekend and them checks is in the bank automatically when they wake up tomorrow, we may have a problem on our hands. Even more so. And because I'm scared to think if I was 21 right now, and I really realistically, 18, 19, 20, 21, I ain't really got no bills, and I just get up and get $1,200, and they didn't told me, unless I got some other shit going on, I should be good. That's how they looking at it.
Yeah, but I mean, they're only really giving you your own money.
They are not. But if you 18 to, like, it's 50-year-olds thinking this shit a gift.
I mean, that's sad, but yeah, I mean, it's technically your money.
Yeah, I mean, all of this shit, if you want to talk about it, is our money. Like, we are the government. We've just forgotten that. And they have done everything they can to ensure that it stays that way.
Yeah, facts.
But it's fucked up how they put all these, like, if you owe child support, you should still get your money.
No, I agree.
Like, and if there is a woman out there that gets that $1,200 from that dude during this time, get that nigga half the money. Split that shit. I'm not saying take, I understand the kids need shit too at this time, but damn, y'all want to see, you really want your kids to have to see their daddy like that bad, like so broke, like, let's say he ain't working now. Like that little $600, well, the way she said, that little $600, that $600 will go a long way. On this occasion, do the right thing, ladies. And that's just my opinion. Don't kill me for it.
No, I mean, the right thing is stepping on the nigga's throat. So, I mean, they're already doing it.
Well, that's not the right that may be the right thing to them, you know. But sometimes, at some point, give up. Like, come on. Like, if dude is a good dude and he's proven that over
None of that matters.
it should.
None of that matters.
It should. You know, I also think, since we talking about child support, like, there should be mandatory follow-ups, not because one party brought you back to court or the other, but there should be like a yearly report card. You know, maybe we need to adjust some shit as far as, oh, well, she ain't doing so hot. Your kid need to go stay with the father. Or vice versa. Or, you know, are y'all, you know, just to make sure that y'all got a place where y'all can meet and talk amicably. Y'all might hate each other. That's fucked up. I hope you can fix that. You know, but it's some people that both parties hate each other and they just happen to have a child together. That's got to be tough. That's got to be really, really, like, I don't hate my exes. You know, we have disagreements on shit, but I don't hate them. Some people out here that actually hate their ex. That's tough right there. Say
It just depends, bro. Depends on the day.
Man, that's tough right there. I don't know how you do it, bro. Not you, but just in general, like how people do it. Are you an asshole? See, 69% asshole. You tend to speak your mind without thinking. You are a bit rough around the edges, and your bark is worse than your bite. I'm probably 47% asshole.
Well, let's just go off to say you're trying to be a modest asshole.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, maybe I'll try to be a modest asshole. You know, but yeah, 47% is probably, because I actually do give a shit, like, about a lot of things. I just don't like to trumpet it. You know, I like to be able to, if I want to do something, I can just do it and not have to be bothered with a bunch of anything and going about my way. Dr. Dre watching all these producer beat battles, knowing he could end it all with a snap of his fingers. Bruh, Dr. Dre would not beat Timberland.
Or Premier.
He'd beat Premier, bruh.
I don't know about that, bro. Or RZA.
He definitely would beat RZA.
You're crazy.
He definitely would beat RZA. Like, RZA's about to lose badly tomorrow. It's tomorrow, right?
You think RZA's gonna lose DJ Premier?
What?
Oh
yes.
My God.
Yes, bro. And I'm granted, I'm not a Premier fan at all. But yeah, he's going, like, are they? I've never watched it, and I plan on watching it tomorrow.
You know how many Dr. Dre joints that have had like 5 producers on it, and it's just his name?
Yeah, I do. You know, but people.
That's a lot.
People not gonna care about that, bro. At the end of the day, says Dr. Dre, he ain't the only motherfucker that's been doing that shit. He's just the most, you know, the richest one. So, but if you're going beat for beat, like if you're going song for song, that may be different. Like songs you produce, I'm not sure which one they do. Is it strictly just the beat?
Yes.
Yeah, then Dr. Dre would clown them, bro.
You're wildin'.
Like RZA needs the Wu-Tang, just like the Wu-Tang needed the RZA.
Do you know how many joints RZA produced? Like that entire sound he created.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, like, his sound, like there, it's just a perfect blend of MCs and beats, but by themselves, they may not be as dope as they were together. And I don't think the RZA got like not nobody's putting in a RZA beat tape for a cipher.
Yo, oh my god.
Except the dudes in the backpacks. That might be standard issue.
Dude, do you hear what you're saying?
Who? When was the last time you ever heard anybody say put on a RZA beat?
Nah, they gonna say put on that Wu-Tang shit. It's the same shit.
It's not the same shit. Like True Master don't get a lot of credit for the shit that he did. Like it's a but like you want to talk about Dre, like you could say the exact same thing about RZA. Right. You don't want to face that reality, bro.
I don't know. I don't think it's the same.
I'm not sure how it's not. Oh, so there and shout out to Ron Green for people that have not filed in in 2018 and 2019. You can register for the COVID stimulus payout. And you know what I am going to do? Let me turn this window capture on so y'all can see that. Oh, shit. Let me move the Skype out the way. All right. So that's the website, you know. And basically, yeah, them dots, whatever. But at least just type in, you know, irs.gov/corona. And I'm pretty sure something will come up. So shout out to Ron Green for that one. That's some dope ass information that I myself may have to use. All right, let's get this out there. What else we got on here? All right, bad. But yeah, okay, so who you got as best producer?
Oh. Best producer of all time. I don't know. I think it has to go by era, man, because I don't know.
Damn, you got nothing, bro. Like I'm low. Like again, it depends on. Like I put it in two categories: best like whole CD producer and best hit maker. Like Timberland makes the best hits to me. It's not close. Like when he give you that fire beat, it's gonna be bananas. You're just not gonna get a whole album out of Timberland that's all on that same level. You're just not.
Oh no, bro.
Like if I was making an album, I want to make an album with Dre. Then again,
Yo, Dre's last album was ass, bro. Like Dr. Dre may be the most overrated producer ever.
Oh. How? Tell me how, bro.
That Compton album was complete ass. You can't name one song off of it.
You said the Compton album?
Yes.
I never even heard of it, bro.
Exactly.
I'm being honest. I never heard of that shit. But I was getting ready to change my mind too, though. And I'm going to tell you why. Like, I think Dre, like, he gives people beats and tells them to do something. Like, this is the beat you're going to rap on. I don't like that type of shit. You know, I want somebody that's like, what type of beat do you want to rap on? Let me play you something.
Like Scott Storch. Scott Storch pretty much played the entire piano for the Still Dre, but that's what makes the beat.
I mean, but that's not unusual in the music business. Like, you can't just be like that. Dre ain't shit for like the shit that you don't like about Dre. You can say the same exact thing about a lot of producers. Not all of them. Like I've never heard anybody say that about Timberland. I've never heard anybody say that about Primo. I have heard it said about RZA. A lot. So if that's the case, you got to take him out of the equation. For the like both of them got to go. You can't just say one or the other. Oh, shout out to Tim for hooking up that interview. That was pretty dope. Yo,
Yeah.
that Left Eye story was crazy though.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, wow, man. Oh man, Left Eye, bro. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like to find out that she was doing all of that, like that, there was nobody hooking those outfits up, and it was her with all that creativity, man. Like that's incredible. Like that was an entire era.
Yeah.
Like the trend setting for real.
I wonder what Left Eye would look like now. Man, if I could see. But I think Chili, man, has stood the test of time phenomenally. I mean, they both have.
I'm not going. I don't want to slander Chili, bro, but like I've seen enough.
What?
The verdict's out. Yeah, the verdict's out.
Oh man, come on, bro. What's wrong with you?
Like, listen, anytime, like this is the problem with some women, right? At any given time, like you dealing with like a great nigga, like how can you complain about being with a nigga like not regular 9 to 5 dude, like Floyd Mayweather, like a nigga who don't drink, smoke, you know what I'm saying? Super disciplined, super
don't read
rich.
either though, bro.
Bruh, he don't need to. Yo, my bank account, I know what numbers look like. I don't
I'm
need
saying,
to
but
read
have
my
you
bank
ever
account
had a
like that.
conversation with a really dumb person, bro?
Every day.
Right. And imagine they live in your house. Like I couldn't imagine any woman being with Floyd Mayweather. I just can't. Like,
No,
the
there's
level of
just
dumb she got to be.
There's no man good enough for her. It's not Floyd. It's her. She's the problem. Like, listen, this is the thing. This is how it works for women, right?
You
Like,
don't think that a woman wants a man that can read?
a woman will give a rat's ass about a nigga reading if their bank account looks like Floyd Mayweather's.
Apparently, it must mean something, bro.
Nah, bro. No, that's just something you could say to a nigga who got everything else on deck that he can't read. Like, nigga, but man, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm damn near a billionaire. Read your ass out. Like, that's what he gonna say. Read your ass off my acres, nigga.
And he might, but it's not like Chili is broke, bro. So like.
Nah, I'm not. That's not. You missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that like, if a celebrity nigga, like a uber rich celebrity nigga can't be with her, like there's no hope. Like it's just no hope. Like at that point in time, like listen, if you ain't been chosen pushing 50, it's over for you. The game's over. Like for women, you have to rely on success and degrees and everything else at that point in time. Like the game's over for you.
So was she supposed to just go out to pasture and shoot herself in the forehead or something?
Like, I mean, she just gotta go stand somewhere and look good. You know what I mean? And still dancing and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, Chili still look good, but like the game's over, bro. Like,
oh man, like the game is never over for Chili.
It's over.
I mean, she may not. I don't. Does she even have children? I'm not sure.
Yeah, she got a kid by Dallas Austin.
Oh, okay. And was she good? In her mind. I don't know. All I know is as far as how she looks, she still looked like Chili when I first saw Chili on TV.
That's true.
And,
She's just 50 now.
Right. Which is fucking unbelievable.
Well, let's just keep it real. Like, I seen a picture of T-Boz the other day with the same haircut from '92. And she looks like 50-year-old T-Boz with the same haircut. Like, it's the same thing.
Is that bad, bro?
Yeah, it's that bad.
Damn. See, I was right then. Chili is held up better than T-Boz. You know, but T-Boz went through some shit too, man.
T-Boz definitely went through some shit.
Yeah.
Like she's on soaps now. Like one of them soaps.
Really?
One of those daytime soaps, yeah.
I did not know that. Watching the soaps, nigga?
Look, bro, I just be knowing this stuff, right?
You just randomly know this shit, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Right. What's her character name?
I don't know.
Sure you don't, nigga. You probably was waiting on me to ask that shit. I'm not gonna answer. I'm gonna say I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know all that.
Hey, I happened to watch in a patient room and they was watching the soaps. And back in the day, what's the one with Victor Newman? Is that Days of Our Lives?
I don't know.
Man, stop lying, nigga. Victor Newman's the man, bruh. But how is this nigga still living? That's what I be wondering about the people on the soaps. They go from a baby to 18 in a week. And then they be on the show for another 80 years. Like, what's old girl Catherine something? Matter of fact, that might have been...
Catherine Jones?
Huh? No, not her. I don't think she's doing the soaps now. No, it's a chick that's been on the same soap. I think it's the same one with Victor Newman.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Forever. Apparently, and I don't know if this is true or not, but she's either got Alzheimer's or dementia. And they still had her working on the show. Like, she didn't know her lines and some shit. I'm just, I'm not being funny, but allegedly that's just what happened. And my thing is like I've seen quite a few soap opera stars they seem to work into their 80s, their 90s. Like, why is there no retirement age for a character on a soap opera? That's what I need to know. I don't really want to see you look old as me, even though we're the same age. Like, I don't want to see that reflection. I want to see some young blood on this TV screen. And I don't want you to go from 0 to 18 in a week. That shit's stupid. And then they have flashbacks through your life and shit. Like when I was 5. Like, we could have seen 5 in the first place if y'all had developed the fucking character. That's another thing I don't like about the soaps, man. They don't develop the fucking character like they should. And then they will make a person undead at the drop of a beat. At this point, they should just like barter characters off. If we get 100,000 retweets, we'll kill Victor Newman. That would be dope. I would actually watch that shit. I'm not sure why I went on a soaps rant, but you don't remember General Hospital when Luke and Laura got married, do you?
Nah, bro, that's for my time.
Oh my God, man, that's one of the greatest moments in TV history, albeit some weird shit.
Nah, I thought that was when Urkel finally got Laura.
Nah, man, you had to be like there, and like I wasn't into the soaps, but I seen the effect it had on like the country as a whole, and like my mama and them. Oh, we can't wait till Luke and Laura get married. I don't even know Luke and Laura.
Right.
It wasn't just my mama though. The whole fucking city, like the whole state, the whole country, motherfuckers. That shit was an epic. It was that, and Who Shot JR, and the last episode of MASH are probably like in my lifetime, and probably the Seinfeld last episode is probably the 4 biggest like last shows as far as ratings wise.
Seinfeld, I could get with you a little bit. MASH was ass, bro. Like,
as far as like the ratings, like that's one of the highest rated shows ever, bro. The last episode of MASH.
I don't know why, but
that was man. I'm telling you, bro. Like I absolutely, as a kid, I literally would run home to watch that show.
That shit was ass. Like, you gotta think about it. Like, somebody got production credit for the intro to Andy Griffith. Like, from a nigga whistling. Like, there's no creativity in none of that shit, bro. Like,
Let me ask you this though.
oh,
Do you know if I played that whistle in Andy Griffith, would you recognize it?
yes, because it's ultra white.
It
Like,
is.
you don't have no choice but to like know who it is. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to know who thought it was a good idea for that to be the intro.
Clearly, they were brilliant. It was a great idea if, 60, 70 years later, we still recognize that shit. Whether it was ultra white,
Because
corny, or not.
niggas don't whistle
How many niggas
no
watch
more.
Andy Griffith?
But I don't know, bro.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say not a lot. But a lot of them would recognize that theme song. That's genius. That's the point of a theme song.
That's when you know TV was about to go off.
Whatever it is, bruh. Like, whatever excuse you come up with, you recognize that shit. And that shit came out, 10, 15 years before you was born?
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't know. It all can't be a great idea. Like, maybe it was just a really bad idea that went well.
Call it what you want. Like it's a lot of shit that, it's so fucked up. It's like a nigga got rich selling a rock with glitter on it. Literally. A rock. And not a little bitty ass rock. A big ass, you could kill somebody with this if you hit them in their face rock. With glitter on it, bruh. The whole fucking country bought this shit. That's how dumb America is. That we will walk past the rocks in our backyard to get to our car to go buy a rock with glitter on it. That's all I'm saying, man. We there's gonna always be goofy shit that for whatever reason we remember. Like, that's probably got to be top 10 theme songs ever. And for my money, Golden Girls is hands down the best theme song ever.
Oh my god.
You tripping, bro. You don't
Bro, Golden Girls was a clique of old, washed up white hoes. Like,
first off, Blanche Devereaux was not washed up, bro.
Blanche was definitely washed up.
Blanche Devereaux was in her
she had
bag the whole show, bro. Like, she was a pimp.
No, she wasn't. No, she was a hoe. She was an old hoe.
Okay, let's call it even and say she was a slut. So what? She was getting in her bag though. That was her crib actually that they lived in.
So they had to tolerate the whole behavior. Like, that's the only difference.
I mean, but like, what is she supposed to do? Sit on the sideline because she old?
Like, it should have been called Life After Menopause.
It could have been. But theme song wise, Thank You for Being a Friend is one of the most memorable, if not the most memorable theme song. Just saying. Like that. Damn, I wanted to say that, but it ain't really the theme song. It's just when that nigga walked in the bar and everybody say, Norm! I used to love that shit. Thought that shit was so dope. Yeah, like, Good Times is up there. And I might say, Oh, and my bad. I can't read and think at the same time. But somebody's asking me about this 12. Like, you don't know about the... Okay.
Oh?
About the stimulus $1,200. So, my bad. Yeah, I can't think of no other theme songs that I would really like. I don't know. The Jeffersons is up there.
Good
Definitely.
times was better than all of them joints, man.
Good times is up there, bro. Good times is up there. I would not be mad if somebody said that Good Times was the best one of all time. I wouldn't. I could see that. You know, it had a nice swag to it. It's memorable, but it still, you know, it told a story and it captured the essence of the show. Would you be mad if they brought back Good Times?
Yes,
Why?
because I don't think like they wouldn't be able to capture the the greatness of that show wouldn't be able to be captured in this era.
Is it because it would look like
Exactly the same.
like he was like buffoonery?
As far as who?
Definitely JJ.
Um, I just feel like those characters wouldn't translate in this society. I don't feel like it would translate well on camera. Now, did like a Good Times movie, I may be a little bit more open to that opposed to a series. Or maybe they like tried to update it somewhat, make it more modern. But I wouldn't.
You know what would be dope? A behind the scenes like Good Times series. Like I think they could pull it off doing it that way, but I don't think that they could pull it off saying this is, you know, Good Times 2.0.
Yeah, all I know is like JJ's the GOAT because JJ played Jay-Z in a Cameron video dissing Jay-Z, and it was hilarious. And he will forever be the GOAT for that.
Okay. I stopped listening when you said Cameron, bro. And
You're crazy.
you know, come on, brother. We're not gonna do this again.
You're crazy.
You know, Cam is trash, bro.
Cam influenced the entire era. We're not going to do that.
Yeah,
Cam,
an entire era of Harlem.
Cam's a legend. We will not do that.
Actually, I will give you that. As trash as I think that he definitely is a legend. But as an MC, man, oh my God, man. He's one of the worst to ever rap.
He's better than Big Hurt. I mean, he's in your top 5, so.
Oh my God. Actually, he's not, though. Big Hurt is not making up just goofy ass, not just a word. Like, he'll say a whole 16 bars of gibberish.
Yeah, that was one era of rap when he was started rapping like that.
Oh my God.
Before, when he used to rap totally different, niggas ain't respect it. So, like, Cam's dumb nice now.
Okay, bro. Like, dude is trash, and I just can't. I can't unthink that, bro. Like, there's one. There's like one actually. I've attempted to, and everything except for one song, that it was just Cameron. I could listen to. I used to get it in Ohio. Thought that was a fire ass joint.
5, bro. It's 2020.
That's kind of my point, bro. He's trash.
No, he's not. Like,
yes, he is. You think because dudes in Baltimore like it, that shit must be popping.
Keep talking about what dudes in Baltimore think, yo. It ain't nothing about that. I listen to hip hop. It ain't about. I'm listening to just people in Baltimore, yo. It's not about that. I listen to rap.
Man, you
Cam
saying
rap.
that he is dope
Right.
is not
Cam's
listening
dope
to rap.
right now. But
No,
I'm
it's
telling you
not,
what,
bro.
Cam's last project is better than anything Big Kirk ever put out in his life.
How would you know?
Because it's like 3 songs.
How would you know?
Listen, I Googled the nigga, bro. Like, I'm
Oh,
automatically.
wait a minute. So it was 3 songs that you thought was dope?
No, I thought they were trash.
Oh my God, bro. You need to get your hearing checked in, man. You have absolutely no clue about hip hop. First off, Cam is the worst dude in his own camp all the time.
Nobody believes that.
Uh,
You're just saying that you don't believe that.
Who is he better than in his camp?
Are you serious? Like everybody?
Oh my God, bro. That just pretty much nullified.
Who's better? Who's better than Cameron out of Diplomats? If you say Jim Jones is better than Cameron, you're lying.
Jim
You say
Jones is
Joel's
better.
If you say Joel's is better than Cameron, you're lying.
Are you serious, bro? Joel's is like should not even allow Cameron in his circumference.
Yeah, I'm about to hang up, bro. I'm about to get the phone, man.
Man, he is way better than Cameron, man. Cameron's children are better than Cameron. And I've never heard them rap. I'm certain of it.
Right. But what I'm saying is you ranked a dude in your top 5 of all time.
Oh, my God.
Kirk.
Oh.
Cameron's a platinum artist. Joints, he's got songs in every era since he's came out. He's had hits.
Vanilla Ice is a platinum artist, too. It don't make him dope.
Ice.
I would listen to Ice Baby on repeat for 10 hours straight before I would listen to one Cameron hockey. CD.
Bro, you like hockey. Like, that type of shit young niggas do, man. Like, I don't know.
I mean, what's wrong with dudes getting on ice skates and fighting? That's pretty dope.
I don't know, bro. It's a little too much effort for me.
It's pretty dope. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And damn, I didn't realize I still had that shit on. My bad. Yeah, your man is trash, bro. Like there's the. Anyway, I don't know how we got on Cameron being garbage, but for the record, if you out there, do me a favor, leave a comment and let me know how trash Cameron is.
And if you got time, Google the 3.5 songs that Big Kirk has. But this nigga compares to Cameron's ass.
He actually got way more than 3.5 songs. But also, while you at it, Google Rock Bottom. That's the group that Big Hurt started out with. Fucking fire ass group too, by the way. And I would tell you to Google Baltimore MCs, but there aren't any.
Yeah, right.
Not a one. I'm sorry. My bad. They got one. Tupac. Shout out to him. He the GOAT.
That one, the only one that matters. So,
your husband dies and leaves you with let's say your wife dies and leaves you with $5 million. Her lover shows up at the funeral with 2 of their kids. She didn't leave them a dime, but she did take care of them and paid all of his monthly bills. He tells you he's about to lose everything and asks you for help. Would you help him or not?
Oh, no, he gotta kick rocks.
Even with her kids, though?
Yeah, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And I ain't asking no grown-ass man for nothing as a grown-ass man. So, nah.
I don't know. That's tough. Like, I wouldn't do nothing for that guy, but I may put some money aside for those kids.
Nah. If I gotta put money aside for another nigga's kids, they gotta call me dad. So
well, I damn sure don't want them calling me dad.
No.
But I got $5 million.
In that case scenario, they're gonna have to call their father Mr. Charles.
I'm I could see myself just putting away like $100,000 a piece.
That's fine. But they gotta call me dad from that day forth, and their father, Mr. Charles.
Oh man, I wouldn't care. Like they might not even know it. And why the fuck is the Kia dealership essential?
How's Chipotle essential?
That's a good point. But the food places I can understand. I really can. We got to eat, bruh. You know, and you can't say that, well, Red Lobster is essential, but Chipotle ain't. Or Chick-fil-A is essential, but McDonald's ain't. You know, you got to be equitable across the board. So I can understand the food places open. But explain to me, first off, the Kia dealership and called me 2 days in a row. The Kia dealership has never called me. Talking about I got to get something fixed on my car. I'm not. We don't know what it is until you bring it in, nigga. You should know. I never been. You know, I didn't come up there. But why are they open? Not only that, they selling cars, bruh. It's not like just the service area is open, which I can kind of understand that. Please tell me what is essential about selling a damn car.
I mean, they gonna have to be able to drive their family to the hospital when they get infected.
Well, I'm assuming that the salespeople already got cars.
Right.
And quite honestly, there's a part of me that thinks that you'd be an idiot to buy a car right now. But there's also the practical side of me too. Like if you got some money, now is probably a really good time to buy a car. You know, to be honest. And listening to the deals that Kia was offering had me low key thinking, damn, I might want to go trade my Kia in. They giving you up to 9 stacks. I'm doing a commercial for these motherfuckers, but they're giving you up to 9 stacks for a trade in.
Yeah.
So basically, I could get rid of my 2012 and get me a 2021.
Right.
You know, I might have to consider that. Because my car note ain't going to go nowhere anyway. You know, but if you got some money right now, this is the scenario that changes a thousandaire to a billionaire. Like if you got sitting on $100,000 right now, and you make the right moves, this can be a generational wealth shift for you. I mean, you go back to the Great Depression. There's a lot of rich people came out of the Great Depression. You know, some of them had some money going into it, or you know, enough to sustain, but some of them just, you know, they had a few dollars and went for it because shit was cheap at the time. You know, they don't always. You know, I'm hoping I can make better decisions personally, but collectively, I'm hoping that we can make some better decisions going forward. Everyone has a chapter that they don't read out loud. That's very true. That's some real shit, you know. Shout out to Taisha Betty. Oh, we had her on the show. Remember, she had to sign with she had her bills and shit like listed out.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy. She went viral for that joint too.
Shea Butter Shorty.
Shea Butter Shorty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The first batch of checks is for people who made $25K and under. SMH peasants. Man, I did not know that though. I mean, that's funny, but that's horrible at the same time. Like, you waiting on the same free money they did, and they need it more than you. And Los Angeles County has just extended the stay-at-home mandate to May 15th. Damn. That's another month, bruh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad look, man.
And now it's so many people like, we so distrusting of the healthcare system, rightfully so, that's gonna cripple us.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy, bro. Like you got half of the people that will not take any vaccine because they think it's designed to kill us. You know, I can understand
like,
that.
I'm not taking no vaccine, bro.
I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I'm not gonna take a vaccine. I don't know. Kind of depends on where I'm at. Like, first off, I don't want to have to need a vaccine.
Yeah, I'm not taking no vaccine, bro. So
You know,
I'm one of them.
If I'm on an event somewhere and somebody come and say they found the cure, nigga, shoot that shit in me quickly.
Yeah, I'm not taking no vaccine from the government, dog.
Yeah, like I say, it just depends on where I'm at in life. Like, it's not a need if I'm healthy and nothing is wrong. But, you know, if I'm a little sick, I might still be like, okay, I'm cool. But when they say they intubating me, yeah, nigga, give me that vaccine. Don't do that.
Nah, fuck that.
So you'd rather get intubated?
Nah, I'm much rather be healthy and don't need the shit at all. But at some point in time, they're gonna try. They're saying what their intentions are and what they're trying to do. Like, you just got to pay attention to what they're saying. Like, they're literally saying it.
Okay, I don't know what that means, bro. I guess in some cryptic way, you're trying to say that they got a plan, that they have already told us what the plan is.
There's definitely a plan in motion, and yes, there's definitely a plan in motion. And you listen to Bill Gates talk, he tells you everything. So yeah, I'm not taking no vaccine, dog.
And I can understand that. Like, I'm not saying, you know, that I don't understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying that shit sounds good until it's your ass in the sling.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm still not taking it. Like, just ain't happening. Like, somebody suggested like Jews walking into an oven was a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, like we're only a couple of decisions away from being there at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's nah. You can't, like, it takes someone's one fucked up idea and to turn it around and make it seem like it's great.
And that's fucked up. Like, I've never thought about it that way. But yeah, somebody literally was at home or at the office and actually said, let's put people into an oven.
In the oven, right.
Man, the level of cold.
And not only that, they walked in the oven. They didn't fight. They walked in the oven with their kids.
Wow.
And that's exactly what they lining us up now. and they lining us right back up to walk back into the ovens.
And you think this gonna be the way? I mean, it's not like white people don't get it too, bro.
Yo, white people don't give a fuck about white people.
Yeah, that's true too. I'm like you know, like I was saying earlier, man. Like I'm interested. Like, will it stop in the major? If it just stops in the major cities, then I'm thoroughly inclined to believe in what you're saying. If, however, it makes its way through middle America, then nah, it ain't. It definitely ain't designed for us specifically. Put it that way. It may just be designed to get rid of people in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a disease to get rid of black people. I think it's a disease to just get rid of people.
Why though?
Yeah, this will be going into a conspiracy theory night, man. Like, we have to have a whole nother show on that for like as the depopulation. They say there's too many people on Earth. They, using air quotes. But yeah, it's something to it, bro. There's definitely something to it.
Do you think that there could ever reach a point where there is too many people on Earth?
I mean, I don't know. Like, who's to say that the Earth wasn't more populated at one point in time?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think the world probably had more people at one point in time. I think it's man who comes up with all this jaded ass shit. Like, there's too many people in the world for who? Like, who decides that?
That's a good question too, but like, if we're being realistic, like the planet is finite. You know, it's not an infinite amount of space. So at some point, yes, there could be a situation where there is literally just too many people for the resources that's left on the planet.
Says the nigga who lives in the 20-bedroom house. You dig what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck would they know? Like, it wouldn't affect them either way.
I mean, well, what you could do is, if you really wanted to, I guess, look into it, my thoughts would be, like, you look at the maximum food production that can be done. You see how many people on the planet, what they typically, like how much they normally eat. That alone would you could probably project, like, how long it would take before shit starts, we can't produce enough.
Yeah, I think it's all fucked up.
I mean, and I'm not justifying what he's doing at all, but I do realize from a practical standpoint, like, people got so, like, all upset that China was like, nah, bruh, you can have one kid. They got 1 billion people in the country. Like, they walking over each other. Like, at some point you got to say, y'all got to stop fucking. It's too much. And the only thing they can do is either stop their population growth or expand. And expand is war.
Right.
So, like, if there were 1 billion people in this country, we'd have a serious problem on our hands. Although we don't use much, realistically, we got a lot more space that we ain't using. But, like, the pollution alone, that would triple. Not to
Right.
mention the needs of that billion people, and it's still the same amount of space.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about all of that shit, man.
Okay, so why is this a thing though? Chicks like telling they boyfriend that they gonna strip for them, and then dancing like idiots.
Oh man, I've seen some of these videos.
Okay, this shit is just I don't get it. Like, was it a movie or something? Like, like
It's a lack of respect for strippers. That's what that is.
I could go for that.
It's a lack of appreciation for strippers.
I could go for that. Man, and shout out shout out to Keith, man. He lost a couple of his friends this week.
Oh man, my condolences, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And I didn't realize it, bro, but we about done, man. Let's get your shout outs out the way, man. I guess I'm about to go to the club sleep.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, shout out 3 in the Gangsters. Shout out Keys Development. Shout out to Tim, man. Shout out to Kenny Whitehead. Follow me on IG. I'm a striving for perfection _43. Holler at us next week. I don't know what we got popping yet, but it's gonna be something popping. And stay tuned. And we'll holler at y'all next week, man. Be safe, wash your hands, stay in the house.
No doubt, man. Don't forget to follow the team, man. LiberationMindedMedia.com. That is Black I Stand, Psychopathia, The Rundown with Renee. Self-Love is my rehab. Love, Logic, and Communication. Opinions and Assholes. The Water Cooler. My Skin is My Sin. And My Pretty Thoughts. My Not So Pretty Thoughts. I cannot remember the name of her show, and it's so fucking fire too. But anyway, what's tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow we got Love, Logic, and Communication, as well as Opinions and Assholes, 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday we got Self Love is My Rehab, and that comes on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to say, is it Wednesday? We got Not So Pretty Thoughts. That's it right there. Shout out to Andrea Brown. Other than that, and check out the website mrochelle.com, man. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Stay the fuck away from each other. We out.
Peace.
Peace.